Hello, Julie here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. If you enjoy this video, I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel. Today I am still working in this journal and I'm going to make a belly band for this one. So this is a bit of a combination of a few things that I have seen. Now this I made in my last video and it was going to go into a slip pocket. So where's that? Here, it was going to go into one of these, this longest one. But I found a way of making sure that my postcard didn't slip down, so I didn't use it. So I thought I'd use it in this embellishment. Now I'm going to make a belly band, but I'm going to make it into a pocket. So how wide is this? It's 3 inches. So I need to have this 6 inches wide. And I'm going to use it this way. And I'm going to trim that down to 6 inches. I have already checked and my tag is shorter than, or my journaling card is shorter than this paper. So that's what I'm going to use. Now I'm going to use my scoreboard and score this at 3 inches. Once again, I'm using the digital kit called Sunflowers and Labradors from SunflowersAndDors. I'm on their design team and this is a project for that. I love this paper anyway. I don't know what that is. It's not going to matter because that's going to be on the inside. So I'm going to fold this over. Now, when I made this journaling card, it was going into a pocket that didn't have rounded corners. And so this particular, so I've left the corners square. So I'm going to leave the corners square on this belly band as well, just so that it matches. So I'm going to ink around this because I always ink around everything, and you know, once you start inking in a journal you probably want to continue to do that so that it all ties together and looks uniform and looks like they belong together. You can see I've already inked around that one. I'm not going to worry about inking around the back of this one though, because you're not going to see it. It's going to be attached to the page like that. Now you can see I've stitched around this, so I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and I'm going to stitch all around that as well. So there we go, I've stitched all around that. And I'm just going to run my bone folder over the stitching on the back. This is the underside as you're stitching. It just helps to flatten that stitching out and stops things from getting caught on it as you're putting things in and out of your pocket. I don't know what that is. Anyway, so now I'm going to glue across there and across here to close this belly band up. So that's turning my belly band into a side opening pocket. Right, now just check that my card fits in there. Yes, perfect. Alright, so for my journaling card I'm going to put a tag on that. So I've got my whale tail in here. This is a fairly new addition to my supplies. I saw that they were available on Amazon, I think it was. Yeah, it's Amazon. So I grabbed one while they were available. So pop that in there and punch one out and ink around it. The good thing about this style of punch is it punches like it's a perfect match. You never get any of that overlap like you get sometimes with those other ones where you have to, like it punches out flat, then you have to fold it in halves. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, so I'm going to attach that here. So let's do that. So I'm just putting it where I think, there's no measurement involved there. Just where I think it would look good. Okay, so that will now poke out of this pocket so that it's obvious that there's something in the belly band. Okay, I'm going to add an eyelet to that. So here's my crocodile. I'm going to use the larger end, larger hole. So let's take that out of there. Going to put it down towards the bottom, not right in the middle of the thing, but down towards the bottom. Push that out. And then I'll put a brad in there. Oh, not a brad, an eyelet. I called it a brad in my last video too, but it's not. It's an eyelet, and I'm going to close that up. And I will hang something from that. I don't know what just yet, but it could be just a fibre, it could be a charm, it could be a dangle. Who knows? Let's have a look as we go along. Okay, so that's my journaling card and that's my pocket, my belly band. So let's find a page to attach this to. What about there? I probably should go through this and decide how many embellishments I actually want in it, because I'm just adding them willy-nilly. Anyway, I'll put it here. Do I want it on a writing page or do I want it on something like that? But you can still write on that and it's pretty, isn't it? So yeah, I think I'll go for this. Now I'm making sure that my pocket is opening to the outside of the journal, and I'm going to attach that on there like so. So I'm just attaching it at the top and the bottom like a normal belly band. And I'm going to aim for something like the middle of the width. Doesn't have to be perfect. Take my bone folder and just burnish that glue down, top and bottom. Get rid of any excess. So we have still got a belly band there, so that can go right through like so. And we've got a pocket here, which that will go in there like that. Right, now I thought I wanted to add more lace to this journal, so I've got this lace here, and I'm going to add that to my belly band. So just like that. So I need to just trim that off about here. Let's see if I've got some scissors that will cut it. Okay. So I'm going to attach that on there. I'm going to put the straight edge to the back and the scalloped edge to the front, and that's not straight. I'll see if I can straighten it up, but I'm not going to hold my breath. It's not too bad. It's okay. Alright, so yeah, so I'm going to glue that down there now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add glue in here. I could use my fabric tack, but I always forget to, and art glitter glue does a great job with fabric anyway, so stick that there like so, and then put my lace on top like so. Move that up a little bit, and do that like that. Okay, I'm going to just put something heavy on that to let that dry for a minute. So I'll just move that out of the way and we'll go on with something else. Now, we need something to go behind that, so I'm going to make a large journaling card. Let me have a look what papers I've got in here. Got that. I've got this. Why don't I do that? That's part of the kit. So I'm going to use that to put in there. It's a little file folder. So let's assemble that while we're waiting for that glue to dry. So get my scoreboard out. You don't have to use a scoreboard, but I do prefer to use a scoreboard because I think that, well, I think that I get a better fold. This this paper that I've printed this on is slightly heavier than the normal printer paper. It's about 110 GSM. You can see I haven't cut that perfectly out. And when I fold them up, they probably won't match anyway, so I'll probably have to recut them. Oh yeah, well, I haven't cut that one either. So, first of all, I'll ink around it. Okay, now I'm going to fold that up. This is where the fun begins. Try and get the corners to match up. They don't. Okay. Scored that. Burnish that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim around this so that they end up being the same. I should have probably done all of this before I inked around it. Now I'm going to have to ink around it again, and then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and stitch around it, so you don't need to watch me ink again. So I'll come back when I've done all of that. All the stitching's been done on that now, and it's stitched shut. I couldn't decide whether to stitch around the tab or not. I did in the end, and I don't know that I'm that happy with it, but it's there now. Now, this is one of the ephemera pieces that is in the kit, and I thought I might use this to put in there, but I need to trim it down a little bit. So I will do that. Might trim it down to, trim it down so that I'm just below that text. And does that fit in there? And might just trim a whisker off the top. So let's try that. Yes, that's fine. Okay, so that is too flimsy to be a thing on its own. It has been printed on the back, but I'm going to mat that onto some coffee dyed paper. So let's get that done. Okay, just burnish that down with my bone folder, and then I'm going to let that dry for a minute. Then I'm going to trim around it and take it to my sewing machine and stitch around it. I'm just going to put some ink over that white area there just to tone that down, and once I've done that I'll be back. That's all done, and I've stitched around it and inked around it. Now, because I haven't got a lot of room in here, I'm going to make a tab out of this. It's going to be very small. I'm going to let it come down over that, to cover that red up. So where's my ruler? Never around when you want them, are they? So that is, what's that? 5/8. So I want 1 1/4 inches. I'm using the colourful section of this on purpose. Now I'm going to fold that in halves, fold it over on itself like so, and burnish that down. Then I'm going to use my corner rounder on these corners. And I'm going to just, oops, wrong one. I'm just going to pop that over there like that. Well, that wasn't what I wanted, so let's try again. I want a little bit poking over, so that will be it. That'll do. So let's fold this one in halves. I should check, I suppose, that that's going to fit in there. If I put that down like that. Check that that will fit. Not really. Like that. That's coming down too far, so perhaps I'd better go back to this one. Perhaps I did know what I was doing after all. That will fit in there. So, now we'll ink around that. I may have to just do it flush with the top of the tag, and or just slightly above. We'll have a look and see what we think when we get to gluing it on. Ink both the back and the front. Tell you, if you didn't ink things, it would be a lot quicker, wouldn't it, to make a journal? But things we do, eh? Okay, so let's open that up, pop that on there, And I think I will raise it up just a smidge. Just like that. Should have made it slightly bigger. But it's not going to be a problem. Okay. Glue this in. Attach that on there. So that it's only just above that. It's still a little bit high. I'll push that down a fraction. Okay, let's hope we've got that something like straight. Okie dokie, so that goes in there nicely. Okay, and then that goes in there behind that, like so. Oh, you probably can't see that. So I've just popped that in behind the belly band, like that. Okay, now what are we going to put on here? So I decided why not make my own dangle. So that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be ticket shaped instead of tag shaped, and I'm going to use these tickets from the kit. I'm inking the back just in case you can see bits once they're stuck together, because I'm going to glue them back to back. Doesn't have to be perfect, of course. So now I'm going to glue that one onto that one. These are, as I said, these are from the kit and they're nice and colourful, so they won't need any decoration on them at all. They've already got plenty. And I'm going to try and line them up as best I can, but being cut out by me, they won't be perfect. Probably won't be anywhere near perfect. So I'll stick those together, run my bone folder over them, and then I'll go with my scissors and just trim up where I need to. That's that side, looks alright, and this one needs a little bit of care there. And that's done. There we go. Now I'm going to put a eyelet in that. Let's make a bit of room here. So I've got a big eyelet in there now, and in the same as that. So now I need to get a jump ring to join those two together. Here we go. I don't think I've got any black jump rings, so I'm probably going to go for this antique brass. Right, could go for a black bulb ring. I've got some of those somewhere. No, let's go for the antique brass jump ring. So we need to find the opening. There we go. Use our pliers, twist, put that through there. Never open them far enough. And then put that through there. twist them back to closed. There we have a little dangle on our tag, or on our journaling card that's going in our pocket. Okay, so we've got all the peripheries done. We've got a belly band, that is a pocket, and we've got a journaling card in that with a little tag. Now that goes right the way in, and the only part you see is the tab. Then we've got a file folder pocket here with a tag inside with journaling on the back. The file folder itself, of course, has journaling on the back as well. So plenty of journaling. Then that slips in behind the belly band. Now let's decorate the belly band. So to do that, I'm going to use what? I'm actually thinking that I'm going to use some chipboard flowers on that. But I do want some paper or something behind it. So let's have a look what we've got in here. I could make a little or a tag out of that. That tag's a bit too small for what I wanted. That's a big tag. I should have left these out, shouldn't I? I think that's, what do you think? Too big or what? One's a bit smaller, isn't it? That's a bit nicer probably. What about that one with the flowers on it? Yeah. Although, if I use that one and I could add that on there. Let me get my chipboard flowers. There they are. So I've got quite a few different sorts in here, and perhaps I'd like something like that. And perhaps I'll just have a label like that. What do we think? Do we want that, or do we want flowers? Might be too much with more flowers. I've got other chipboard shapes here, but I'm quite happy with that one, so we'll go with that one. And what do we think of that? I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all, so that's what we're going to do. Okay. So let's ink around this. Now, I want to rub over that with this. I don't want to dull it down too much. I want it to stand out. That's probably going to be enough, I think. Okay, so let's stick this down. I'm not putting anything in the, I'm not putting a tab on the top of this tag. Not where we want it. Probably should have used my, I'll use my fabric glue for that. I haven't used it for so long, it's probably clogged up. No, it's not. I'm using this because it is thicker and will sink down into the lace more. Right, let's try that. Might be a bit, I think. know if I've got any glue on that particular area, but I don't want it on there, so I'll wipe at the back. Okay, so now I'm going to pop that down there. And because I'm back to sticking paper to paper, I'm back to the art glitter glue. I have to say I do favour that. And then my chipboard. My chipboard piece. I'm just going to try and put a little dab of glue on all these pieces. I don't want them breaking off as a consequence of taking things in and out of the page. And I'm also going to put a good amount of glue down the stem and pop that on there like so. So that's it. That's it. So that's a bit of a long video today. So I'm pretty happy with that. What do you think? We got our folio with our tag. Journaling on the back. Journaling on the back. We've got our belly band with a hidden pocket and a journaling card in that. And we've got our lace belly band with a little bit of decoration. Actually, yeah, that's going to do. Alright, well that's my video for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed creating this embellishment. So what I need to do now is have a look through my journal. I have got some embellishments somewhere that I haven't put in here yet. So I need to go through here and have a look what I've got and how much more I need to make. As I said, all of the videos that relate to this journal will be in the playlist, which will be in the description box below. So if you want to check out the other videos, pop on over and have a look. Yeah, so that's it. Well, thank you for joining me here today. I hope you've enjoyed my video. Don't forget, if you have, please think about subscribing if you're not already a subscriber. And if you are a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. And if you'd like to give me a thumbs up or a comment, I love reading all the comments. So thanks again and see you next time. Bye.